All right, we're here, leg day. One of the most important lifts you'll do all the time is squats. Helps every sport, helps every athlete have a good, strong anchor to your body. It's going to be awesome. All right, coach, we'll take it from here.
I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit so you can see legs and stuff. So one thing that I really like about these racks is everything is adjustable, right? Obviously, Mr. Brand and I'm not quite as tall as him, so we got to adjust the bar so that it is easy for me to get off of the rack without having to come up onto my tiptoes and lose my balance and tip back and forth. And then the other part that we're going to use on this is our safety catches here. So those safety catches, I can kind of pull one off because we're going to be adjusting them. These rest so that way if you can't get that weight back up, the bar can drop onto those without collapsing completely to the floor and crushing you, right? So first thing I like to do when setting up these safety catches is without any weight at all, I'm going to squat down to where I'm basically going full range of motion. So I'm going to go down as low as I can. I'll adjust the camera a little bit better here. So I'm going to go down as low as I can. And what I'm looking for is at least parallel to the ground. So I like to try to go as low as I can for setting these safety catches. We don't want them getting in the way and hitting them while we squat, but we do want them to keep us safe. So as I squat down, he's going to go ahead and adjust those. About where my hands are, I'm just holding this. Getting a little isometric muscle contraction going on. So he's good there. It just needs to be right there. We need to check the backs and make sure they're even. A lot of these will have numbers on the back, but we're good here. We're even. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I approach the bar. I like to grip my hands evenly on this bar. Okay. So I use these little marks here. Place my pinkies on. I dip my head under. And what I like to do is rest it right on my traps. So if you pinch your shoulder blades together, you should be able to feel these muscles here. So if I pinch my shoulder blades together, they're resting on the muscles. They're not up on my neck, not way down low. There are two different types of squats that we'll talk about later in the semester, but for now, we're doing a high bar back squat, resting right on your trapezius muscles. So I get that set. Okay, right here, it's on the muscle. Okay, and Mr. Brandt's just going to make sure that I'm keeping my balance. I'm going to go ahead and stand up, take some small steps back. I like to make sure that my feet are, shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider to start. My toes are pointed forward, or it can be slightly out, depending on your hip angle. I angle mine out a little bit. And one thing here is I'm keeping my chest up straight. So I'm keeping an upright position. As I squat back, I like to think of it as when you're going to the grocery store and you leave your car and you got to close the car door but your hands are full of groceries, you're going to push the door shut with your butt, right? So I'm going to pop it back, right? So right here, I'm going to push my hips back. This is that hinge. Push my hips back, my spine stays straight, and as I push my hips back, I'm sitting back as low as I can without letting my knees go in front of my toes. And then coming back up. Okay. So right here, I'm always keeping my heels on the ground. I don't want to come up onto my toes. I don't want my knees to go in front of my toes. So I push my hips back, spine straight, my eyes are looking forward, my head is up. Okay, I'm coming down, hitting parallel or lower, breathing out on the way up. Okay, breathe in, kind of pause for a second, so I'll show you the breathing here in a minute. But I breathe in, come down, exhale on the way up. What I don't want to see is on your way down or up, you going on your toes like this. We want to push your hips back, keeping your weight on your heels, spine straight, breathe in, out on the way up. Okay? When you're done, it's really important for your partner to make sure they walk the bar all the way until it clicks. Okay? And then it's in that resting position. All right? So these safety catches make it really easy for spotting. Another way you can spot, from a distance is just staying behind the person, making sure that they're capable. If they can't stand up with it, your job as a spotter is to just direct the weight into this position here. So I'm going to show you what that might look like. So I get set here, I walk back, and let's say I start going down and I can't do it. Okay, that weight drops, and I'm out. Okay, then we can set it back up, and I can take a new attempt. One thing I want to mention, never, ever, ever, ever take your hands off of the bar. Okay, what I mean by that is if you cannot stand up with it, if I'm struggling here and I put my hand down here, or take both hands off, that is not safe. If this bar comes down, and my hands were right here, I'm going to be in big trouble, right? That's not going to feel good, and I don't want to clean up that mess, all right? Any other things to add, Mr. Brandt?
I think you're golden. Yeah.
All right, so don't neglect the legs, okay? They're the starting point for everything, no matter what sports we're doing. We got to make sure we have strong legs.